Who is this? Who did that? I'm going to do it again later. I'm going to see who can guess it. Okay? I'm not even going to say. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you're having a wonderful Sunday. My husband is amazing. He woke up this morning and made me breakfast. It was so yummy tummy. Thank him. I thank him so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, hubby. Little bit is getting better, but she's not 100%. She is coughing, which is disturbing. So I gave her breathing treatment, been putting some cream on her chest, and so she's great. She doesn't have a fever, but she has a cough, and so I'm trying to get rid of it. I don't think she's making it to school tomorrow at all, but hopefully Tuesday, because she takes pictures, so I don't know. What else? Let's do some housekeeping. I miss Dan Wooden. I really do. I used to look for his videos, and now they're not there, which sucks. And I liked him. I thought that he, to me, out of all the reporters out there, was the one that brought the information that kept us up to date, what was going on, and so on and so on. So I liked him. And I don't think his moment with that interviewer that he did was any reason for them to suspend him or do anything, because it's not the reporter's fault what the other person is saying. Like, how can you hold him accountable for that? It's the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. And so I'm to the point where I don't even know if I'm going to be watching GBC News anymore. We'll see. We will see. I don't know. And no one else has the great content. Anyway, I do miss him. I do want to talk about Kinsley Schofield. I got some wonderful feedback from you guys. And it was so awesome, because the things that you were saying to me was the things that I think I subconsciously wanted to say, but wasn't saying it because I felt like I was one of those people that she was talking about. I felt like I was a part of that conversation she was having about, not wanting to talk about the Kevin Costner moment with Meghan, which is a big moment. How could it not be? Everyone's talking about it. Even your peers, even people that everyone. It is a show by itself. And to me, this is the reason why we have our shows, is to bring awareness of what she's doing. But Kinsley called it bullying. We need to be careful because it could borderline be on bullying. She's going to educate us on bullying someone that has already been a bully, that is a bully. To me, at first, I was like, well, she's softening up about Meghan. Maybe she's, hoping for her, to become this mega star that she wants to become. Maybe she's going to support that. It was confusing to me because it was very contradicting. It was just like, what? First, you're going to call her a narcissist and call her drama and all this other stuff, Kinsley. And then you're going to turn around and start talking about bullying and what you don't want to talk about. And, that's fine that she doesn't want to talk about it. But don't criticize those that do. That's all. Because this story is never ending. Kevin Costner... The Kevin show is now going to be a part of the whole Meghan show. There's so much to talk about. Everyone is talking about Kevin Costner moment. The reason, number one, I think that she doesn't want to talk about it because it's centered around a good cause. Oh, okay. So that's how Meghan tries to fake and shake. And see, maybe Kinsley is drinking the Kool-Aid. That's what Black people say. When they're drinking the Kool-Aid, that means they believe everything that everybody else is drinking. No. Well, at least that's the way I think it is. I don't know. I could be wrong. But my point is, and I missed it. No, she has gotten, I don't know, she's changed in my book. And like you guys have said, like her conversation is different because Meghan, Harry's doing Invictus. They're doing something great for the veterans. No one is taking anything away from those that deserve it. No one, especially the first responders. They're our heroes. But then you get these two ding-dongs up on stage and ruin it. They did. This is confusing to me because when Catherine and William are doing theirs, they're not, I know who they're there for. If they're, this is insane. Meghan and Harry, I switched it. Meghan and Harry got up on that stage like they were working royals or that they were the most important people there and that everybody was glad to see them and that they were the star. And it fell flat. If nothing else, you can talk about that. But no, we're bullying. I'm gonna go back to that. Because once I, like sometimes, me guys, I have to like sit on things and let it marinate. And then once it marinate, I can like give it to you. But check this out. Meghan is introduced as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. But they told us that they don't even want to be defined by titles and use titles. And their kids might not even get the titles because they don't want them to, I'm going to just paraphrase it. They want them to live a normal life. Nothing about their lives right now is normal. They are in a bunker. Those kids haven't seen anyone but them two. I'm afraid that I smothered Kara so much and I switched it and that she sees me too much. Like, I'm going to get on her nerve. Like, she needs to see other people. Going back. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex. How dare you use the name that is racist? Why would you even want to use that? That's that fake stuff. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It sounded disgusting. And I know Kevin Costner had to be cringing because I would have been. Even at my own event. I would have been like, oh my God. First of all, they walk up in here like they are first responders. They walk up in there like it's their house, not Kevin's. Meghan did. Walked up in there like that was her house, her event. She did all the first responder stuff, and that's how she get off the stage. The best part about Invictus is that she was sitting in the audience and that Harry was on the stage. No, I didn't say anything about that moment because she sat down, which was extremely surprising to me. Because she was everywhere else. You're not the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You're Meghan and Harry. Two shenanigans running around pretending to be nice and kind and gentle people. And people don't see that. Just like, okay, I'm gonna do Giant the Slayer. He comes on, George Giant the Slayer. He comes on every now and then. And when he does, he comes with the punch. And I hope you enjoy this segment because it was really good and it inspired me to want to do this video. And what did inspire me is that Dan Wooden is gone. Somebody else was having a conversation with Angela Lippman and I was like, okay, yeah, I could do a video on this, but why? It's not Dan. I miss him. There's a petition, something I can sign or be like, he come back or whatever, let me know. And I hope I mentioned him in the beginning. And Russell, I think is unfair, not just for Russell, everyone that is accused before they even get a trial. That has been going on for a long time now. And it should be across the board. it shouldn't just start with Russell. I get Russell as being Russell's the new target, but it's out there. It's been out there. Ooh. Okay, Tiffany Haddish. When she did that video with the kid and they canceled her. Canceled her. Off. No more money, no more nothing, no more nothing. The case was closed. It wasn't her fault or whatever the case may be. It wasn't like it seemed or whatever. I don't know. But she's trying to win her way back into Hollywood. Is it too late because of public opinion now? Okay, I know I switched it, but I'm going back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It just disgusts me to hear that. Because as much as they complained and blamed and talked crazy about each and every one of those people over there in the UK and in their families, that they would use their names. Why would you use a name that you don't even want to be associated with? Which is it? You can't have it both ways, can you? So you can carry the name Duchess, even though you have got on the Oprah show. I don't even talk about what was on there anymore. I just say it. Watch another video. It'll give you the insight. The Oprah show, the docuseries, the book, all that stuff. You went in on every account. You declared war on your in-laws as if they were the enemy. As if, check this out, as if they kidnapped her and made her live in the dungeon for 5 years or something stupid like that. People that have actually had that happen to them, where they have been kidnapped and have been used and abused and come back out and talk about their story, that is someone that is a victim. Meghan walked into the royal family with her eyes open on the prize all the time, and that was to control Harry. And as soon as she began to control Harry, everything went downhill because he lost control. He has nothing. He is a puppet. He is an embarrassment of a man. He is just, in my book, has really declared war. My throat got a little dry. I could pause it because, I don't know if it offends you that I have a beer. But if it does, I will start pausing it. And we won't have that discussion. I know that sounds nothing stupid because it's my channel. Anyway. Forgot what I was saying, and I know it was good. Whatever I was saying, times 20. Okay? Times that by 20. Whatever I was just saying. People don't like her because of her character. Kinsley, because who she is as a person, who she has portrayed herself to be, and then who she's trying to fake believe that she's this humanitarian as she continues to make a fool out of herself, because we keep learning more and more and more about how entitled she is, how she is closed off from reality and don't think of anyone but themselves. When she went to visit those kids, docuseries, because she was thinking about the docuseries. She was thinking about how she was about to trash her in-laws. But the only reason why she was sitting there with those kids is because she had the connection to her in-laws, not your husband. Your husband is the spare. But his idiot self took advantage of his family and allowed you to do it, Meghan. And did you stop him from for mistreating his family and everyone the way you have treated them? No, you are supposed to be that woman. You are supposed to be the woman that are supposed to make sure that your husband is looking good and feeling good and doing good and representing you while you're in the back coaching him and promoting him. You're too busy trying to promote yourself. That's why everything is failing, because no one wants to see you. Kinsley wants to tell us that we're bullying. No, we're being bullied. And this is how we're being bullied. Meghan is trying to bully us into thinking that she is something other than what she keeps trying to tell us. We see it with our own two eyes. We don't need, we see it. We saw it, whatever. And if the excusers that are called the Sussex squad, I don't even think it is about the squad anymore. I really do believe it's more of a cult. I really do. It just feels that way. Like, I'm going to support her by all means necessary. Excuse me, Sussex squad. You can't imagine one of those little kids being your kids that she tried to gag. Here's the kicker. That she went over there with all that jewelry on, flashing it in their faces, letting them know how rich she was and how well off she has it. And this is the freaked up part about it. Then she's sitting there with a book reading down on them. Instead of sitting with them on the ground and reading to them like Catherine would have did. She's sitting in her chair with a mic. That's it. And the bench. Yes, my father, this the microphone. This her with the crown, because she looked like she had a crown. Go watch it. The kid's on the ground, and she in $300,000 worth of jewelry, a watch that don't belong to her that's dying. I mean, just dripping and stuff. And those kids can't even get a hot dog. I'm serious. Some of these kids have to go to school to get food. That meal is counted as their lunch, and they need that because dinner is reserved for dinner when they get home, because you can't do both because of the finances, because of the recession, because of COVID, the residuals of it. Here's her with the microphone. Hello. Yes, I wrote this book for you guys. I'm going to charge you $25 when I leave. And then I'm going to leave these books for you. And by the way, did you know I had a red carpet laid out for me so that you knew that the princess was coming to town? No, what those administrators should have done was to shut that freak show down and say, look, you go to a different school because we don't need the publicity. I heard that they paid for the things that she wanted out of their budget. They don't have a budget. This inner city school is depending on everything for money as well. The point is she shouldn't have took her entitled princess person self over there demanding and telling these people what to do, and then didn't give them a dime. I didn't hear about no donation. Okay, willing it back. But let's don't talk about the Kevin Costner moment. No, we are going to talk about the Kevin moment because she got up on the stage just like she did at that event with the kids. Same Meghan. Same attitude, same thoughts, same. Ain't changing, the zebra ain't changing his stripes. She's still that person. Gets up on stage calling her the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Racism. Suicidal. Feeding her to the wolves. Her father. Hello, Thomas Markle. Hello. That was 2 weeks ago when he came out and asked his daughter to say hello to him. Where is she? She's at Kinsley. She doesn't want to talk about it. Every time I'm going to talk about the Kevin show, for some reason I feel like I need to bring up Kinsley because she's the one that's not going to be able to have that conversation because she's sworn against that conversation several times. Like, I'm not talking about that moment because of the charity part of it. She might have all kinds of reasons. To me, Meghan didn't allow those first responders to be seen. She got in front of them. I didn't see anything. No, I saw Kevin Costner in their group, okay, when they first walked on stage, okay? And then on the other side was the first responders. And then here come the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. For what? It'd be surprised if Kevin Costner said, I would like to thank the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for donating $1 million. Did they say that? No. No, Meghan ain't giving up no money. She won't even give her dog. She won't give her dad a few dollars. He needs to go fund me. Those interviews that he's doing on those TV shows, they're not giving him no money. Are you guys? GBC and TBC and all. I would say, listen, I'm not getting on there until you pay me. I would. He should get paid. Why not? His daughter do it all the time. Did she not get paid for the Oprah show? Did she not get paid for the docuseries? Did she not get paid for interviewing on the Oprah show, talking about her father? This girl is sick. Okay. Now, let me move on. Let's start here, okay? That was intro.
You know, they were given far too much importance because what do they do?
The only value they have to these corporations was to
I think I rewinded it. Sorry.
Harry and Meghan are useless. But we already knew that. Now the Meghans are trying to bury their past by buying a new reputation in Hollywood. And that's going over about as well as a swarm of mosquitoes at a nudist colony. We recently learned that Walmart Wallace slapped a gag order on school children. Tinseltown just witnessed how she treated her father again. And Prince Hairplugs now needs a permission slip in order to meet with the king or stay overnight with the crown. And William Morris is using all its stars in order to prop up the celebrity clickbait couple. Meantime, you got She Who Must Be Obeyed and her ginger handbag.
She must be obeyed. Her ginger handbag. Her ginger handbag. Men, Harry, hello. Men are calling you her handbag. Okay? Now, I put you as an accessory. He put you as Harry's handbag. I guess that don't mean anything to Harry. He's lost all his manhood. Either he's in an abusive relationship, which I've already mentioned, that I really do believe that he is. Harry has lost all sense of awareness. I don't know if I rewinded this or I said it because I've started this video a couple of times over, but it's so what? I'm repeating myself. It is what it is. I like him because he ran it down. He just said it like it was. He talked about his wife. She is all about herself, promoting herself, getting to the top. We've always talked about that here. It's all about branding Meghan. Kevin's moment, Kinsley, was Meghan branding. There's so much to talk about. Her moment to brand herself. Her moment to say, like he said, smooching with the elites and stuff. See, what the hell does that got to do with her insides? I just don't see. What kills me is these people that are trying to build her reputation up is getting it wrong. And it's just amazing that they don't get it right. But you know what? Maybe they're not trying to. Maybe they are in there. This is sick. Pushing Meghan in front of the camera, showing her handing out awards is not going to make us believe that this is the kicker. Every time Meghan has a moment, something happens. Invictus. The biggest moment was her father letting her know that he couldn't talk still, had 2 strokes, and still wanting to see her and his kids. It wasn't the outfits. It wasn't the skimpy clothes that she had on. It wasn't her taking the moment away from Invictus. No, it was that was supposed to be her breakout moment. Every time Meghan tries to do something that is going to brand her in a good light, something comes knocking at her door. Kevin Costner's moment, the Kevin show. After the Kevin show, this big report comes out on how she gags some kids into not saying anything mean about her and their mothers. And then requesting that they pay for carpets, a red carpet ride for her. This school that needs her money. Did she volunteer to do that while she was demanding stuff? The same one that was in the castle talking about air fresheners and what she wanted for her wedding. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come to your school to read the book. No, she felt like they owed her something for coming. If I'm coming to your school, you're going to be excited that I'm coming. I'm entitled. I'm the princess. I'm the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. If I'm Kevin to Kevin's event, I'm getting on the stage. What did that cost you, Kevin, to get the people that you may or may not like on the stage? And his speech fell so flat. The only thing he had to say was that, someone asked him how much, it costs for him to have the house. He didn't say anything about the first responders. He probably was tripping off of Meghan. Let's continue.
Turned the Invictus Games in Germany into a 10-day fashion photo shoot. The Wounded Warriors deserve better. At this point, the Meghans are about as handy as hip pockets on a hog.
Popular. That's how popular they are. Okay, hold on, guys.
Is safe.
Here we go.
Look at me, Leech's claw.
Please give a warm welcome to the Duke.
This part is going to be where they introduce Meghan on the stage of the Kevin show that everybody's talking about.
What's going on, everybody? Meghan and Harry's addiction to fame knows no bounds. Not even a charity fundraiser for emergency first responders is safe from the Look at Me Leech's claw.
Please give a warm welcome to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Okay. That was the Kevin show. And they introduced Duke and Duchess of Sussex. We talked about that a minute ago. I ain't gonna go back into that. But didn't you hear someone say, get off the stage? Now, I didn't know if he put that in there, but it sounded like it came from the crowd. Now, I don't know. If you guys have heard that somewhere else, let me know. Because if they're booing them off the stage, this is pretty bad.
Razor for emergency first responders is safe from the Look at Me Leech's claw.
Please give a warm welcome to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
That's them on the stage.
Meghan tried to grab the mic because she wanted a moment to grandstand on the stage, but it wasn't her time. It wasn't meant for her, so she was ashamed. But she made damn sure later to mommy dearest her man-child so he could do the honors. William Morris worked over
Her man-child. Okay? Let me say that again. Meghan's man-child. Which manhandled her man-child. That's what she said. That's what she did. She manhandled Harry on the stage. If you don't know, if you have never seen The Control before, watch the Kevin show. Those are receipts. For those of you that think that we're just chit-chatting all the time, go watch the Kevin show. Watch how she gets on the stage, not even that part, when she hands that whole section of her, pushing her husband. Why does she need to put her hands on him like that? It looks really tacky to push him. Like, get out there. He knows where to go. He knows what to do. And he lets her. If we go back, I love one of them channels. They show you how Harry used to have control and how he doesn't anymore. I was listening to the tutor last night too. He was good. I feel like Harry is in a cult-like situation. I really do. I feel like he can't get out of it, and he is in a situation where he thinks there is no other solution but to go along and play along. A little bit of me believes that. I do believe that he is trying to get a relationship back with his family, but they have made it very clear she is no longer welcomed. And until you get your stuff together, Harry, neither are you. That's why he doesn't have a house. That's why he can't go and just pop in and visit. No, there's got to be a whole situation with you and Meghan because you guys are security risk. They are. The things that they think that they should just be telling the world on the Oprah show and talking about the king. Harry talked about his father in that book, talking about his bear that he carried around, something that we shouldn't know. But he thought that was a good idea. But his father has forgiven him for that. He doesn't care. He didn't move on. So what? No. But Meghan said Harry lost his father and all this. No. He didn't lose him. You took his father from him. You made it clear and sure. You made sure, Meghan Markle, not the Duchess of Sussex, a name that you have stolen. You made sure that his father, Harry and his father relationship was going to die. But what you miscalculated was the love that they have for each other. So although Harry has put his love aside for now, for you, he'll be back over there with his father and helping everybody and getting back once he gets unbrainwashed from you in your world that you put him in. Meghan put Harry into this situation. Don't get it twisted like he's happy to be there. That's that BS. If he was happy to be there, then he would have knew what to do with Kevin Costner on the stage. He wouldn't be pushed around and told what to do by Meghan. No, you took Harry's father from him just like you cut yours off. This is the disgusting part about Meghan is the mask that she wears. And pretend that they're living in this fantasy beautiful land, because no one's living in a fantasy beautiful land, living in a compound, hoping and wishing this nightmare would go away. I'm sure. I feel like he's trapped into something that he can't get out because of contracts, because of whatever the case may be, because of the blackmail, because Meghan is vicious. But, Kinsley wants to give her some slack. Do it over. I'm done. I don't want to hear that stuff. You wishy-washy. Meghan is who she is. Has she changed in the last 3 years? She told us, not Harry, that Harry lost his father in the process. Like the giant said, everything she touched turns to everything. Meghan kills off Harry's father so she can do everything that she thinks she's doing right now that's building herself up. Building Meghan on the stage with Kevin at Beyonce's concert, taking pictures with doing this and doing that. Like, that's going to change our opinion about who she is. Call your father. But, no. I'm upset with Harry, disappointed in Harry because he's lost all of his stuff. And if he opened his eyes, he would see that someone in his camp destroyed all these relationships that were dear to him. Because A real woman wouldn't do that. A real woman is secure within herself, and she doesn't need to compete with everybody else around her husband. Everybody else was a threat to Meghan and in her way to getting to Hollywood and trying to get a Senate seat. If I hadn't heard all the criticism about Meghan and all the A-listers and stars and people coming out talking about these couples, then I would believe that she would have a chance. They will eat her alive. Starting with Donald Trump. He already said he would go to debate. She does not want that type of enemy on her.
Time in order to get all its A-list talent to give the D-list celebrity couple an air of importance. But their plan backfired big time. Now, new reports have come out that spotlight Meghan as the source of a question that ruffled Kevin Costner's feathers.
Good afternoon, everyone.
He said that spotlight Meghan, spotlight Meghan has ruffled Kevin Costner's feathers. Oh. I don't believe that, but okay, maybe so. Maybe it is true.
I get asked.
William Morris worked overtime in order to get all its A-list talent to give the D-list celebrity couple an air of importance. But their plan backfired big time. Now, new reports have come out that spotlight Meghan as the source of a question that ruffled Kevin Costner's feathers.
Good afternoon, everyone. I get asked a lot by my friends who have no manners. Kev, what's this place cost? What's it worth?
Everything the couple get their hooks into loses its shine. Hell, just ask Spotify what it's like to work with them.
It's Prince Harry. Whines about shit. Why he keeps giving interviews. Who gives a shit?
I'm with you. Yeah, that's
I
enough
can't
there.
stand him. So tired.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed that I fucking have to share Spotify with him. The guy sucks.
Well, let's just...
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them.
The Megans are like a pair of giant
Is that bullying, Kinsley, or is that just telling it like it is?
They
I'm
only
over
show
it.
up after the work is all done. And the proof is in the pudding. One royal family, 3 countries, a book with the worst resale value in history, 1 podcast, and 2 series in a row that crashed and burned. Live to lead in the heart of Invictus.
Denial. All this that's happening to them, and they're in denial. She's in denial. Tara by Andy said, I'm running out of things to read about Meghan and Harry. I gave her my own list. I said, here. And I said, I got a whole bunch. Add this to your list. The denial of it all. Is she really in denial? Do she know that this is going on around her? Do she understands that it's over? Because it is. It's been over. It's just the dust is settling. Remember, I always say, it's been over, but the dust need to settle. No, it's time to shut down the show. It's time to shut down the Meghan and Harry show and go sit down for a while and take a break from it all, because it's not happening. It's not going to happen, and it's not happening. And the more you put yourself out there, the more people are going to dig up about you, and they're going to pull out all the things that you do that people don't like the kids. Your father came back. What's next? You can't get off the ground because your past is coming to bite you. Her past, the things she tries to bury, the things that, not even that. The nerve of her to do that. Let's go on.
That proves that the millionaire mix-ups are bona fide failures. And now Meghan's going to give archetypes the boot. Meghan Markle abandons bid to trademark Dumped Archetypes podcast. My, how times have changed. It wasn't that long ago. Way back in June when Duchess Duplicitous, her agents, were singing a whole different...
Duchess Duplicitous. You know what? I'm going to watch this several times. Because it's good. Duchess, Duplicit, Spotlight Meghan. I mean, he's got some good ones. I like the Spotlight Meghan. Oh God, that is so good. So what did he just say? He said that they are not getting the script, the memo. As long as she thinks her name is the Duchess of Sussex, she's going to be famous. You can be famous, but not liked. And not liked means there's no money to be made. Unless, not the money that you want to make. What is it that she's going to do that is going to make people forget that they don't like her and buy into it? They haven't yet.
Tune about their latest Hollywood wannabe. William Morris, the talent agency that recently signed Meghan, said at the time that the Archwell team was proud of archetypes and that the Duchess continues to develop content for that show's audience on another platform. Today's biggest problem with the California chicken coopers is they sold everyone a bill of goods. They promoted themselves as elevated saints in need of worship.
Yes.
Yet the rest of the world only hears them clucking. Harry and Meghan have been relentless in hustling for headlines. Take, for example, this last month. Meghan's people...
Hustling for headlines. Hustling. Get out there, get out there, get out there. I love this guy. I love him. He's doing it. I wish I could rewind it, but we got to keep going.
I've been putting out photo op after photo op, all to juice up her image. Unfortunately, none of her staff bothered to ask anyone if they wanted to be in them. Kerry Washington cut the Deal or No Deal actress right out of her Instagram post to save her arm. You know, it's...
Check this out. Now, I didn't mention this, but remember at Beyonce's concert where Meghan had took a picture with Kelly Rowland and Kelly Washington? So Kerry Washington cuts Meghan out the picture and reposted with her and Kelly and what's her Beyonce's best friend. So it's Beyonce's best friend and Kerry Washington, that is a big time movie star over here, and A-lister in my book. Cut her out the picture, cropped her out, and only put the two. Remember that picture? I was like, okay, so now they're friends with her. No, they cropped her out when she posted it on whatever her Instagram page, Kelly. She cropped Meghan out. Why? That was telling to me. It told me that, listen, I'm not your friend. No one's a friend of a person that treats family like she does. Meghan is not even nice to her family. It's not that let's put the trashing and all of that. Let's put the lies that she said aside for a second. Even if you have family issues, why would you treat them like you don't like them? Like they were why would you treat them like that? If I do something kind for you, like give you a wedding that costs millions of dollars, and then send you on a tour with the Queen, and then invite you in, try to get you settled. Catherine went on events with her. William was on the stage with her. I mean, she was ushered in with a red carpet and turned around and didn't even say thank you and had nothing nice to say. She didn't mention the stage moment. She didn't mention Catherine going to the game with her and how nice that was. She may have been believable if she hadn't just tried to cut the royal family off with their heads. No, she went in with this really stanky, nasty, disgusting attitude on that Oprah interview, as if they did all this stuff to her and she was entitled to it because she knew more of the history and what the kids should have when the Queen passes away. Did Meghan say that on the Oprah show as if she was waiting for that moment? Well, when there's a new king, she didn't say the Queen passing away, but she says when King Charles become king, then they're supposed to automatically get them. This is who what we're talking about. She's despicable. He brings out everything in me, all of it, because it reminds me of this, who we continue to talk about, as if she's some wild, wonderful wildflower, this beautiful saint. Her actions don't show it. She has a camera showing that she's this wonderful person, but as soon as that switch turns off, she back to being evil Meghan. So we don't know what to believe. And so what we do is we believe what we see. Her actions show that she doesn't give a care.
Really telling when a celebrity treats something as simple as a picture like an STD rash. But that's nothing new for the couple. The Meghans aren't only toxic to companies, but also to people.
People. Just her dancing.
While the praised panhandler was dancing the night away at a Beyonce concert with her prisoner in tow, Thomas Markle continued to be treated like he was gum, stuck.
Harry, her prisoner. In this segment, according to George the Giant Slayer, Harry the prisoner. I wish I could show you. No, you saw him standing up there at the Beyonce concert looking like, what am I doing here? Sucks. Whatever. This is Meghan's life. No, she's going to drag him along wherever he goes because he's the key to her success. But neither one of them don't have anything to show or give to any crowd that they're in. Not to the first responders, not to the Beyonce concert, nowhere. They're just flies on the wall right now. And no one cares about the name Duke and Duchess of Sussex over here in the United States. It's Meghan and Harry. It sounds weird, especially from someone that was suicidal and that was suicidal and was treated with racism. The same family that threw her that wedding, that's the wedding that was racist. How in the hell, Oprah Winfrey, can somebody be racist after they give you that kind of money? Say it again. Pretend. Let's go down. We go down fantasy land. Fantasy world. We're going to come up with a better song for Fantasy World. This is Meghan Fantasy World. This is $1 million. $30 million. The Queen says, here, Meghan, you are now the Duchess of Sussex, and I'm going to give you a wedding. Here you go. And whatever you want. You done forgot the point. She puts it on. She takes it. She doesn't thank her. She doesn't say, I appreciate it. It means so much to me that you would spend or treat me with like as if I was your own. You invited me to the Christmas party. You took me on a world tour. You allowed me to become famous overnight because you accepted me in your family. Because if not, then Harry could have just went back. You know what? They should have scratched the wedding, scratched the $30 million for this ungrateful. Going over there to Montecito. Why, if she knew she was going to run, then why did you have them spend all that money on you, knowing that there's a recession, that people are having a hard time? You had that home renovated for millions of dollars, knowing in a couple of months you were leaving? Meghan do stuff that just make you want to just go off on her. And I understand very so well why Catherine thinks Meghan should stay far, far, far away. 30 million. She didn't say thank you on the Oprah show. No, she called it a spectacle. She disrespected the Queen and called her gesture, called her kindness, called her giving Meghan her dream. a spectacle. And Kinsley, we're not supposed to say something about this disgusted bug? She didn't thank anyone on the Oprah show. No, she was talking about what she didn't have and what she wanted and why she wasn't going to get it. Then she turned around and told us that her father was dead and that she didn't have any sisters. And it's time to move on and put me in Hollywood so I can mingle with Kevin Costner and Beyonce them and hang out with them and move on with my life and start making millions. And yes, I will be going for president one day. Hold up. Let's see what else our guy got to say. It's getting late.
On the bottom of their shoes.
I haven't seen Meghan and Harry in 5 years.
You've never met
Sums up
Harry.
the Megans as individuals or as a couple, then the suffering that they have caused.
Thomas has never met Harry. And so I don't know. I really don't understand Harry at all for not meeting her father, but I don't think it would have made a difference. He still would be the puppet, accessory, in jail, prisoner, all the names that he deserved, because that's what he portrays, would be who he is today, unfortunately. I don't think it would have made a difference. I don't think it would have made a one bit of sense that he made her father. It wouldn't have been, hello, he would have faked it and moved on and then continued to diss him like he does in the media. But how can you talk about somebody that you don't know, Harry? I guess it's easy. I guess Meghan's going to tell you everything about them. Sorry for the...
One human being, one man, a father who sacrificed everything for his daughter. And allegedly because of one mistake, he has been paying the price ever since. He has been served up nothing but savage, deafening silence.
The last time I spoke with him, I was on a hospital bed before the wedding.
You know, when it comes to the virtue vampires...
On the hospital bed before the wedding. That's the last time he spoke with her.
It's completely unconscionable. And yet another example of what type of bad role models a couple are for their generation.
Well, I've always been here for her. I still love her. I love her forever. I never change that feeling. I want her to reach out to me and let me see my grandkids.
Those aren't the words of a monster. They're of a man. They are pleas of a father and a grand.
That is not a man of someone like that one person that I did a show, a video about this one lady defending Meghan and saying that her relationship with her father was strained. But you cannot compare your relationship with Meghan's father. You can't. And let me say this, is that no. What has he done that was so egregious that she wouldn't speak to him? And here's my thing. If she would treat her father like that, then why not we treat her like that? Why would I support her in anything that she's doing? I don't care if she's saving dogs from the pound. I'm not giving her $2. I'm not supporting anything that she supports because it's not about the dogs. It's about her. It's not about Uvalde. It was about her going to the gravesite. It wasn't about those kids in Harlem. It was about her and her book and her clothes and her jewelry. It is not about Invictus. It was her fashion show about her showing up and taking over. And so how do you support something like that? You don't. And I don't care what it is, Kinsley. I don't care what it feels like or what it seems like. It doesn't. If you want people to see the charity that you're doing, leave Meghan and Harry out of it. Otherwise, you won't get it done. They're poison. That's not what I wanted to say. So let's move on because it's getting late.
And I understand that. I would do anything, give anything to see my granddad one more time.
I would give anything to see my dad, Eric's dad, his mom, so they could meet Kira. Oh, I would give anything to that. We sit around and we talk about how they would just love on her and how his mom would be running around with Kira and all this other stuff. It's sad. It's sad. It is sad. But she's supposed to listen to this. And the excuses and the blame and everything, the reasons that she comes up with can't hold water.
Hear him call me up on the phone and tell me one of his dirty jokes that he'd be too embarrassed to ever share in the company of the women in my family. You know, when I was a kid, my grandfather was my Superman. He was my king. I'm
just Mama.
feeling emotional. The worldwide privacy tour continues, except now it's rocking up victims. And yet they're not always family and friends. Sometimes they're school children.
They're racking up victims, and it's not always family and friends. It's us. How disgusted are you with her treating those kids like that? They don't deserve that. They didn't deserve that. And I'm more upset with the administrators for letting her come in here and do that. Stop this freak show. Stop that. It was disgusting. No, so if I was part of that administration, I would have said, send back and tell her, no, if she wants this, send it in. And if we don't get it for her, tell her to go down the street to the other school. We don't want her. No, we don't want her. We don't want an entitled princess coming up in here, making our kids feel, like, what is this? What did they do to deserve her sitting up there with all that jewelry, with all that money, sitting in there with her entitled butt with that book, looking down on these kids? Her past is coming back. This is not going to win her any elections.
Harry and Meghan are accused of trying to gag teachers and students at a New York City school they visited in 2021 by prohibiting them from making negative social media posts now or in the future.
Shut up.
A silent audience is a captivated audience in the kingdom of fame. Harlem Public School 123 Mahalia Jackson, as it's called, welcomed Meghan into their inner sanctum of learning. The humble accommodations weren't enough for the Sultana of Spurs. She demanded more and wanted to receive the full royal red carpet treatment. Exclusive, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's team requested cushions, new carpet, and outdoor space to film Harlem elementary students for their Netflix documentary during 2021 New York.
They were already setting up, getting ready to just do stupid stuff. The docuseries, that fake love story / trash your family / whatever else you want to say. Pretend I'm a humanitarian and I was going to be this. No, she was trying to make us believe that the royal family missed out on something great. Because look at Meghan reading to this kids and going to Uvalde and pulling on the heartstrings of people. No, people know when it's fake and it's not real. It's not genuine. When you start sending requests over wearing clothes like that in front of kids that can't afford even the shoes that you got on. She will never be a princess. She will never be a duchess. She will always be Meghan Markle, the D-list actress that we found out that she was before she married a prince that went cuckoo. Allegedly. Let's move on. It does. It breaks your heart a little bit. It does. It breaks my heart to know that she would stoop that low to go over there and do that. It was just, it's like she doesn't get it. She's never reading the room. She doesn't understand that everything is not about her. If she stops thinking about everything is about her, things may look better for her. Stop thinking about yourself all the time and what it looks like and how it's going to do good and da 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 when it falls flat because your actions are dead.
Visit. Oh, the sacrifices one makes in the noble cause of self-promotion.
She's got this diva quality to her.
While Harry was sitting on the sidelines, Netflix filmed the diva of X as she flaunted her wealth, while she wore her $6,000 cashmere coat or her almost $2,000 pair of pants. But that wasn't enough for her.
They don't even have $6,000 in the bank. No. All they have is what they have when they get whenever they get paid. They've already counted it up and figured out. I know, I've been there. Counted it up and figured out, okay, this goes to bills, this goes here, and this goes to food. I would have gave them kids some money. I would have gave the school something. Why didn't she donate the things that she wanted them to do? Instead of sending in demands like she does, you know, to the king. And everywhere else she goes, it's going to come out. It's coming. It's coming. Her demands. And I know, it'd be different if she was going to an award show, and it'd be different if she was doing Spotify and they needed to do a studio for her. They can pay for it. But not this school taking out things and putting in new things for her. If you want those things, then why didn't she pay for them? Did she pay for them? Sussex Squad? Come on, do your research. This is your girl. What do you have to say about that? They should be glad that she went over there in her $6,000 coat. That probably could have fed them kids, you know, those little kids for months or for a while. She could have just donated her wardrobe. No, she running around wanting freebies. I want to stay at your hotel for cheaper. And then she going to stay with a friend. She's cheap. Then she won't give her dad any money. Even if I didn't like him, pay him back the money that he gave you for raising you. Start there, you ungrateful child, you. You ungrateful child, you. You have the money. You have the resources and the finances, but instead you cut your family off from getting any of the goodies. Samantha probably could have wrote a small little book and got her some little money. She probably still can. I would. But nobody know where Doria was. That's that stupid stuff. Moving on. But no. Jealous, not wanting other people in your circle to get ahead, scared that they're going to do better than you? What? How harmful would this be that Meghan helped her father with something? If nothing else, say, here, Dad, here's a check of you sending me to school. Here's your check for school. And what, $500,000 or something like that? Screw it. No, here's $100,000. Here, shut up or something. Not shut up. Didn't mean to say that. Did not mean to say that at all. That was, if I could edit that, I would. Because he's not asking for anything. He doesn't want anything from his daughter. He just wants to see his kids. He just wants to see her. He doesn't want any money. I'm begging for the money for him because I think he deserves it and he should have it. So scratch that. No, he should not shut up. He should continue to do what he wants to do. Sorry I said that. Sometimes I get the rattling and it, you know, don't hold that against me because that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say is that he's not even asking for that, but why not give it to him? I just can't help but to believe that your blessings come from giving, genuinely from the heart. And who you give it to is it's your discretion, where you want to give it. No one tells you where to give it. No one, if you don't feel led to give, then you shouldn't. But if you do, then you should. And I don't think Meghan should give to her dad. Because I want to give to his GoFundMe page.
And decided, hey, she's going to accessorize her entire ensemble with $387,000 worth of jewelry, including Princess Diana's Cartier watch. All so she could read her book, The Bench, to the most impoverished kids in the city, in a school where textbooks were a luxury, and her bling could fund their lunch program for over a decade.
But I remember when I was a little girl, sometimes you couldn't see books and see people that looked like yourself.
What the hell are you talking about?
And the idea of representation, to be able to go, that looks like me, or that looks like me. So I wanted to make sure that everyone felt like they were included in this book.
What do you mean, everyone?
Nothing screams humanity.
I'm never going to get through this video. He's good. Did you hear what she said? That's her on the bench, sitting in that thing with a mask on, with this mic, talking to these kids, talking about representation. If you knew anything about representation, you wouldn't be sitting there looking like you're looking with those kids. And what did she say? She wanted to make a book that made everybody look like it's that stupid stuff. Talking about herself again. She talked about herself. She talked about how she tried to make the book. It's all about her and what she's doing for them. How are you doing anything for those kids other than sitting there looking entitled, looking rich, looking like you got a whole bunch of money, trying to talk to us and relate to us? Meghan relates to no one. I want someone to comment about that. No one has commented about that yet. Meghan relates to no one. She doesn't relate to us. She doesn't relate to anyone. Who? She didn't relate to the Kevin Costner. She didn't relate to anyone. And as she continued not to be able to relate, her popularity is going to continue to shut down. But to my understanding, it's over. And it's so over. And with Meghan and Harry, in my book, that people are starting to really talk about it. Not like I was in the past, because I said we're just, it is what it is. It's been gone. Is she going up? Has she gone up now?
Staring like slapping a guy.
Is her brand doing good?
Coming from the diva of decadence, all while she's trying to show off. The only thing Meghan didn't do was go full Marie Antoinette and say, give him cake. The good news is all these shallow PR stunts come with a heavy price. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle snubbed as baby names plunge in popularity. Can we truly blame people for not wanting to name their kids after
their baby names, Archie and Lilibet? And I thought Lilibet was so cute. I was like, oh, I wish I had thought about it, because I always call her Little Bit. It's plunged. Their baby names have plunged. No one wants to name their baby Archie, and nobody wants to name their baby Lilibet or Diana and all of that. How are you going to brand yourself when people are trying to remove traces of you? Not traces of you, but remove things that they don't like about you. They don't want to buy your clothes. They don't want to do this and they want to do that. The Sussex squad was at the Invictus, and Meghan acted like she didn't even notice them.
couple? I mean, look at it.
That was random, I know.
They were given far too much importance, because what do they do?
The only value they have to these corporations was to trash their families. All of them.
Believe it or not, the Meghans at one time, their names were at the top 5 of most of the lists around the world. Of course, that was before they started airing their dirty laundry and attracting flies. Yet what I really think sunk their popularity in most people's...
The Oprah show is the end of Meghan. That was the end. It was the beginning of the end. And everything else is just gravy. It's just gravy. The school and Kevin Costner and all of that, the thing that, all this is gravy on the meat. It ended on the Oprah show. It just takes a while for the dust to settle. It wasn't the curtsy. I'm pretty sure the queen wouldn't have gave a dang about, she wouldn't have got offended by Meghan. Because if she would, that would have meant she cared about that. And I'm sure she wouldn't have. That doesn't, I find her too, too classy for that. What offended her was when Meghan called her racist. How was that not? One channel, I don't remember what channel it was, they were like, well, what happened was the curtsy. I said, what is you talking about? The curtsy is the gravy. The racism is the key. And then everything else follows suit. Watch it. As she continues to go down and down and down and down and down, people are going to want to know how and what happened. They're going to take it back to the beginning. And it's going to start right there on the Oprah show or when she left England, whichever one.
Perceptions, especially when we're talking about mothers and fathers, was how the couple projected themselves, their image as parents.
They're fine, but their children don't have any family.
Yeah.
No grandparents, no aunts, no uncles, no cousins. There's nothing.
Nothing.
Their babies have their mum and dad, and that is what is so terribly sad.
Baby Center states that Harry and Meghan names for newborns has crashed from a recent high of 13 this year to a dismal 23. And if the couple keep going as they are, they're going to reach the bottom of the list pretty soon. The pair's slide towards irrelevancy is inevitable, especially after the way they mock the Invictus Games.
Listen, he's showing us Meghan walking with them flip-floppers, looking sloppy and slouchy, walking and leading UK. Why would she, I don't understand, why would they put her to lead the UK soldiers? I just don't, I thought that was distasteful because she doesn't care. If she cared, wouldn't she had went to the coronation? Wouldn't she had went over there to take the kids to see King Charles? If she cared anything about the UK? No, she doesn't. And she hasn't been back over there since, regardless if they're going to boo her or not. She put herself into that situation. So go fight the bullet. But that's not why she's not going. That's that stupid stuff. That's the excuses that she uses. She's bullying the king to apologize because she needs that for her popularity to shoot back up. So it could seem as if, oh, it was all the royals' fault. But that's not going to happen. Because even if they did apologize, we still see the truth. I do.
Mr. and Mrs. Has-Been never was talk a really good game when it comes to love and family or community and caring. But actions always speak louder than words. Just take a look at what Meghan was wearing at Invictus. Compare her outfit during a medal ceremonial walk, which she had absolutely no right to be involved in.
At all.
Let alone lead. And then compare that to the over-the-top Hollywood display she had on at Kevin Costner's fundraiser. Then sit back and think about this. Ask yourself, if you know absolutely nothing about her, which event would you swear she valued more, based solely on what she wore?
Thank you, George the Giant Slayer. He says, compare the Invictus Games to the Kevin Costner event and what she wore. And now there was this one scene and she just like this, like she wants her chest open. She wants to show her legs or something. She's trying to be sexy at an event that's not about her, where she's supposed to be there but not really seen. She's supposed to be shining the light on the victims. So he said, at which event was she dressed appropriately for? Well, neither. First of all, she went all the way out, courtroom look, with this big sweater thing around, like she was trying to look like she was some just wonderful, just softness. I didn't like her hair at all. That pony, that thing in the back. And then the other outfits were just inappropriate. They were just, the shorts were way too short. They were short. Your eyes went straight to the shorts. Just put it that way. They were a distraction. But why was she walking in front and out there? She looked off. It didn't look right. Why didn't she walk in the back of them? Why was she leading them as if she... Why was she leading them as if she was a leader or like a sergeant or a... It was weird. It was nothing like I've ever seen royals do. And it just looked odd. Now, when she was doing those other royal engagements with her husband in the UK, they looked better. It just looked better. But here, her walking in front of those soldiers, and it's supposed to be about them, it made it about Meghan. Why is she leading the pack for what? What is her purpose of leading them? To victory? To the stage? Marching with them? Why wasn't she in the back? It would have looked so much better. And her shorts wouldn't have been on display. I don't understand.
Gains 40 million euros
Explain
from the
that to me,
Federal
one of
Ministry
you.
of Defense. The German taxpayer didn't shell out millions for a promotional publicity stunt
Oh, yes, they
fashion
did.
show in Dusseldorf solely to lure more sponsors for the hungry ego alert. Yet that is exactly what happened. Companies like Crew pumped out press release after press release every time Meghan had a wardrobe change. And you know what happened?
3 or 4 times a
At the end
day?
of the day, the pair simply belittled the brave veteran athletes that summer. So guess what? You better buckle up or go grab a drink, because come 2025 in their winter games, the Montecito merchandisers are going to debut a whole new product
Maybe
line.
they're coming again.
During her European stay, Meghan let it slip that the following games in 2025 could serve as the stage for her children's official public debut. The Duchess shared with other attendees that she would like Archie in a little bit to learn how to ski, and they could use the Vancouver Whistler edition as an excellent opportunity.
That's Meghan word salad talking so that we think that her kids are having a normal life. And that's not normal. There's nothing normal over there with keeping them kids over there locked up somewhere where they can't see their family. They don't, their new friends are celebrities, and they know nothing about their history or where they come from. And Harry's going along with it. So, and notice, he says Harry and Meghan, but this is Meghan's show. This is the Meghan show. I feel like I need to change the name. Or, I don't know. It's the Meghan show.
To take to the slopes. Like I said, actions speak
I'm
louder
almost
than
done,
words.
guys.
And the couple's actions provide even more justification for the Meghan's current status with the crown.
Andrew's a minor celebrity in the mountain bike world.
Really?
Yeah.
Not compared to you, sir.
Recently, mountain bikers bumped into King Charles and they had a fun chat, a great time on the grounds of Balmoral. The monarch and the father seemed to prefer spending time with strangers than any more time with a problem prince and his bride. Prince Harry must now give notice if he wants to visit King Charles, as Duke of Sussex is denied room at Windsor Castle during recent trip. That makes perfect sense to me. How could Harry ever again think that he could just show up at a royal estate and stay without giving proper notice or being supervised? Yeah. I mean, look what we're talking about. Would you let him wander alone in your house? Let alone Windsor Castle?
He's juggling.
Forget the priceless treasures. Halfwit played the royal family. He shared sensitive details about their security operations and the layout of the palace in Spare. We're talking about a man-child who will use every opportunity and every occasion to turn it to his advantage, to advance his own agenda, or to celebrate himself.
And Invictus. It's a good call, Kinsley. It's a good cause. Yeah, it would have been a good cause if Harry and Meghan hadn't made it about them. No, like he said, he's celebrating himself. Like he's done something. What the hell? You got on a plane and went over there and showed up. That's it. That's it. What did you do? Nope. You married someone, brought her over there that took over. All right, guys, I'm almost tired. Happy birthday.
So here's my question for you.
Singing happy birthday to Harry.
If Harry just walked through?
The whole place started singing happy birthday to Harry at the Invictus. And
the doors of Buckingham Palace. Would a guard or a courtier stop him? If you have the answer, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to help me shout out the Meghan so everyone has the facts about who the couple are, or just give Prince Hair Plugs another reason for a hair treatment, just hit the subscribe button.
I am
The
subscribed.
virtue vampires really overplayed their hand when it came to the royal family. Now citizens from all around the world are angry at them, and they're paying for it in public support. Prince William and Kate's popularity soars over Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's ratings. This isn't really a big surprise. Whenever you stay true to your character, remain loyal to your family, and honor your oath and duty to the
When you stay true to yourself, true to your family, and honor them and respect them, you know, it just comes natural. But when you disrespect people and mean and just like her, I mean, come on. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of disnesses with this person. And we're going to continue to hear more and more and more, and people are going to continue to be shocked. It's not like we hadn't seen this before, because other channels had already been talking about this, but they didn't talk about the gag order. So that was new, but the clothes and all that, we discussed that before. Let me see what else he has to say, and I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you really enjoyed it.
You'll always shine. Recently, Prince William visited New York, and he was lovingly embraced by thousands.
He was. And a big reception. They blocked off the roads for him. It was so many people. You can't tell me they wasn't jealous of that, Meghan and Harry.
The prince really enjoyed his visit in the Big Apple. He flew commercial, stayed at a regular hotel suite, and then even went for a jog in Central Park. All without causing a cheap publicity stunt and paparazzi
A cheap
2000,
publicity
just like the Megans
stunt.
did. I mean, we can compare them again. Just look at the Spare and his spoil sport wife. They took a private jet so they could go to the Invictus Games. Then they stayed for 10 days in a $200,000 presidential suite. And soon after that, they hung out with Hollywood big shots so they could have a fundraiser for firemen. I really wonder where they got that idea from. Maybe it's from someone they wanted to try and overshadow.
William.
At the end of the day, the cream always rises to the top.
Catherine and William going to lay flowers on the Queen's picture at a memorial this past year, this couple of months, not that long ago.
Princess Catherine showed her true love and respect for Queen Elizabeth. She laid a floral tribute of white roses at her memorial
when
picture
she did it.
on the 1-year anniversary of her passing.
Respect.
That is a true role model.
Something Meghan knows nothing
and if
about.
you want to win from battle to battle, just stay true to yourself. And remember, that we never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.
That's right. Never bow down and never bend the knee. I don't know what it means by that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really, really do. Tell me what you think about the entire video, or what. I know I had some questions throughout. And listen, I know that I've been on here an hour or so. Hey, please leave as many comments as you like, and for different segments, because it is a big, huge video. That's why I'm starting to do like every other day, or, you know, when I can do them. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you really enjoyed it, and have a wonderful week.